Hello, entrepreneurs. First, if you have not done so, I'm asking you if you have listened to a video, if it has helped you, I want you to hit that like button below and subscribe and tell your friends about it. Spread the word because it's good information, and my goal is to help you because I want to see you win. I had somebody ask me, and it's a great question, when I said that taxes are prepared all year and that they matter. So I have another video on this on the page where it talks about the numbers don't lie and the numbers tell a story. So when it comes to your tax return, every year we all do the same thing. People always say, "Hey, give me the most money back." Even people who want your business, H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, they all advertise and say, hey, we can get you more money back. Some of them go out and say, hey, we can get you up to 5,300 back, and they say all of those different things, and it makes you want to take advantage because after all, who wants to leave money on the table? Nobody wants to miss money. What they don't tell you is that number one, those numbers are set in stone. They don't do anything special. They are in a table. So you can look at a table, and you can go to that table, and it's called an earned income table. And if you have one child and you make a certain amount, it tells you exactly how much you can get back. The other piece of that is that all of that is relative, and it is based on the amount of money that you did earn. The key word is earned income. So if you didn't work a job and you just received unemployment or you received passive income, you do not qualify for that tax credit, okay? That's the part they're not telling you. I don't believe in not giving people all the information. I think that when you don't give them all the information, you may as well be lying because it's half the truth, and half the truth is a whole big old lie. The other thing is that you have to think about what you want your tax return to say for you down the road. In other words, if you're buying a home and or you're looking to buy a home, they always go on the last 2 years of tax returns. If you write off everything, what you're telling the underwriter or the person who's going to set to approve your loan, who's going to sign off on it, you're telling them the money that I made all year really wasn't my money. I don't make enough. And so if you don't make enough, then therefore I cannot trust you with hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's what a house is. At minimum, for most houses, you're talking $100,000. So if you don't make enough just off of what you submit on those pay stubs, and you go and write off a lot, because that's the new thing, all of these wannabe tax preparers. Girl, I can get you more money back. I can say you were a business, and you know what, girl? And so now your girlfriend has you looking like you're a business. You really don't understand it all, but you just knew in the moment that was a good decision. But later on, it comes back to bite you because when you submit it to a mortgage company or any lending institution, they're going to look at it and they're going to ask you about your business. And now you're trying to lie about a business that you don't have. Number one, even if you do have a business and you're working, you always want to borrow the money based on the job. That way, anything you make over is just gravy, but that's a whole nother video. We'll talk about that. That's when you're turning your hustle into a real business and how to keep your hustle a hustle and keep your side money and stuff, but that's a whole nother thing. Let's stay focused. When it comes to your tax returns, you got to think. You cannot have it all at one time. You cannot write off everything and get $4,000 and $5,000 back and then turn around and say that's what I'm used for my down payment, because that lender is going to say no, you got too many write-offs and we won't be able to help you. So think about it. Make sure that everything you're doing makes sense. Your bank statements, your pay stubs, your tax returns are all financial numbers that give a resume about who you are as a person as it relates to money. It tells people if you pay your bills, how trustworthy are you? If you go around and tell people, oh, I make so much money, I make $25 an hour, and yet your credit scores are 400, where's the money? Or you look, you don't have a bank account. You only have maybe a prepaid card, nothing that people can verify. It begs to differ as to what you're doing and how stable you are, as well as responsible. Responsible people have bank accounts. You have to be able to show your worth on paper and in a bank in order to qualify and to be able to move to the next level. The reason why, you see all these memes, and they are funny when people say, one of them I saw this morning said, "You guys do the same thing every year. You get men as well as cars with your tax returns, and by June, neither one of them work." And I was like, that's funny. That's the same thing people say about Black Friday and how everybody buys a TV every year. It's like, what are you doing with the TVs? Well, guess what? It's the same way with your money. If you're doing the same thing every year, and every year you're waiting on your tax return to be that big thing to set you apart, you're missing 11 more months to where you're not doing anything. And if that's what you're banking on, you got to wonder, how come your mind hasn't turned that big payday into what you want it to be? Are you just spending when you get your refund, or are you really doing investing? Is the money going toward a business idea that's going to bring you money, or is it being spent on disposable goods that in a month or so won't be worth anything? It's all about your mindset, and that's going to be another video coming up, so I suggest you look for it. You cannot have prosperity with the poverty mindset. And when people tell you that the difference between prosperity and poverty is here, they aren't lying to you. I used to think, no, it's in my wallet. If you give me money, I'm going to make money. And that's not true. People get money all the time, and all they do is spend it. Think about it. If you're one of those people and you've gotten $4,000 or $5,000 back every year in taxes, what have you done with it? Why is it that you're waiting on that, and why is it spent so quickly? It's been your girl, the Queen Bee of Doing Business Better, just saying, hey, you're a business. Do better. Bye bye.